to success.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 149.
149.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the Pod Gods. And with me, I have the best man in all the podcast land, my right-hand man, Mr. B. Hill.
Hola, fuckers up. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Is today? Yeah, today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday or whenever the fuck you listening to this.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I know that we've been off a couple weeks, but life has been lifing. We apologize for not leaving y'all with some content, but, you know, we don't have millions of listeners. We have thousands of listeners, and we don't get paid for this. So, you know, sometimes life take precedent, but that does not mean that we don't love y'all and we don't appreciate y'all listening to this show. Today's show is an all smoke episode. It is a play off of our free smoke session. And for all of the longtime listeners, y'all know that free smoke, we talk about anything. It could be politics, the petty, any hot button personal issues. It's whatever we want to. So today's show will not follow our normal format. It's basically us getting y'all caught up on whatever we want to tell y'all about. So I want to thank y'all for joining us today. And, you know, I'm here with my guy, B Hill. I'm
in this bitch.
Actually, we recorded this and I fucked up and I was not recording. So,
it was mad fire too.
It was
like
mad
I don't know
fire.
if we can duplicate that fire.
Hey, but listen, we us, yeah. So we gonna give you the goods anyway. It may not be that good. Something is definitely gonna shake out.
It'll be different. For sure.
Definitely gonna shake out. I do want to draw y'all into a conversation that we were having when I was not recording my voice, is that we were talking about hair and natural hair. I was complimenting B Hill on the flourishing of his beard. You know,
I appreciate that.
It looks a little luxurious, and B Hill said that his beard was, what you say your beard was?
It's a mullet. So she said it's like mullet. It's like young nigga in the front, like beard, and then old nigga at the top. You see what I'm saying? So it's like almost 40 and the beard, but like nigga been 40 at the head type shit. You know what I mean?
I was telling B that, so y'all already know, y'all listening to this show, I've known B Hill since he was in high school and I was in college. Like, real talk. And B has always had a bald head.
Well, not in high school. I had hair in high school, but like right.
I don't remember you having
like
hair in, I'm assuming that y'all was like in the 11th grade, 12th grade. When we were working together, because I was like a sophomore, junior when we were working together. So you was like in 11th grade, 12th grade.
I started in 11th, I think. I believe.
Did you have hair back then? I don't remember you with hair.
I had hair then, but that shit was like around like 20 and shit. That shit was like starting to fade, man.
So tell us about the hair. Did the line kind of like start? Did the line kind of like push back, or was the shit kind of like spotty? Cause I learned side hair from B Hill.
I had cowlicks and shit, you know what I'm saying? So like they were like, it reminds you of like when you take a sandwich and you bite the two corners. That's how you should. You know what I mean? Like, so you got the middle part. You know what I mean?
And you got like that, that like McDonald's M?
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like the corners is like bit into, you know what I mean? So it's like a rook. You know what I'm saying? That shit was in the shape of a fucking one of the castles and shit. That shit was trash.
That nigga said his hair looked like lunch. His head looked like,
yeah, my shit was trash. Like, that shit was like somebody, like a kid ate a sandwich and didn't like it. So yeah.
Look, Hey, when you eat a sandwich, the shit is in a triangle. Are you eating the middle of that
it's
shit?
In a square.
I'm saying if you cut your sandwich in half, right? You cut it. All right.
No, you got to keep the whole square. Like my shit was so you got to keep the square, and like you know how you got the square, and then you bite the corners, boom, boom on the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the 90-degree angle,
okay,
the other 90-degree angle, boom, take
it's
those
the
away.
degrees for
like
me.
You got them, you know what I mean? If you fold those bitches down,
if you fold them down,
if you take
hey,
it's cool though because I still was fine. I was getting the hoes though. I ain't never had no problem getting no women. I just was a pretty cute ball nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I always remember you, Ball, even though you said you had hair when I first met you. We wasn't as cool, but we knew each other and we was cool back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't remember necessarily remember you having hair, but I said when we were recording previously, like, I feel like all black men should have some type of facial hair, period. Like, you should have something. Like, that's why I don't like LL Cool J. He has no facial hair. It looks weird to me.
And he does though. Like the thing about he just cuts it off. Yeah.
I'm saying he doesn't. I'm not saying you can't grow facial hair. I'm saying you don't wear facial hair.
That's the whack part. If you can't grow facial hair, that shit is what it is. But if you cut your shit down, that shit is weird.
Yeah, like he be having like the smooth face all the time. I don't like that. Yeah. Like you should have something. Like let me know you're
a goatee nigga.
But listen, what I don't like is goatee and no mustache. Don't have a goatee and no mustache. That's weird.
Stupid. That's stupid.
Like, why would you have these handlebars going up to nowhere? Like,
yeah, that shit is stupid. One of my homeboys' cousins like that. Like that shit dumb as hell. Like he got the whole you know what I'm saying? Like the whole shit, no mustache. That shit. I don't know if his shit don't grow or if he just cut that shit. But that shit's stupid though. I hate.
But is it true that if you shave your shit'll grow? I think that's what my brother did because his beard wouldn't connect. Shout out to my brother. It's slightly connected now. Like, my brother has a butt chin, like my pops, where he has that dimple in the middle of his chin.
Oh yeah, we might be some kin because my granddaddy was like that. He had the dimple chin.
My dad had that. Listen, so my brother in recent years has gotten his shit to barely connect in that dimple right there. Like he just got his shit to connect. He can't get a full beard. My brother rocks a goatee, you know what I'm saying? But I think, it's so fucked up when you can't grow some type of facial hair. I'm with you on that.
I say, bro, listen, I'd much rather have a head full of hair than a fucking face full of hair.
Word?
You know what I mean? Your brother got, hell yeah. For sure.
I don't think that's necessarily necessary for a man. Cause like you said, you've been rocking your bald head, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You've been getting your basketball player look on. You've been getting what I mean? Like,
I would be top 10 if I had like hair type shit.
I don't think you would be top 10 if you had hair and no beard and no mustache.
That's a fact.
Like if your face was just naked and you had hair, nobody gives a fuck about that. They're gonna be like, oh, he got nice hair. Listen, beard's been saving niggas for years. Like,
but see, I'm cute. I was cute before I had a beard, though. You know what I'm saying? I got a cute face. You know
I'll take your word for it. Listen, I think you're a handsome man. You know what I mean? But you also have a beard,
that's all I need. That's all I need.
That's what I remember, you having a beard. So
that's cool. I definitely have had a mustache. I was looking at a middle school picture. I'm telling you, like I got old as fuck, like in the face and shit.
You was stressed out.
Nigga, I was in 8th grade and had like a wild thick mustache, like. Like,
in 8th grade,
what the fuck are you doing with that thick ass mustache, sir?
Did niggas think you was a narc like 21 Jump Street in the school?
Nah, I grew up with all the
or you was just little as fuck
with
a mustache?
I was tall, like I was always taller than niggas and shit. So like, I don't know, it was just, I had a mustache.
They're like, here's the new teacher. You got a mustache and shit. Niggas got whiskers in the bitch.
Yeah.
Did you get hoes because of that? Did you get hoes because of that?
I don't know if it was specifically because of that. Like, I don't know. But
you know that you hear your T like, oh, B, he's cute because da 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 da. You never heard like no shit like that, like in middle school, high school type shit?
Not that I can remember, no.
See, I think having a mustache and a beard is the equivalent of the chick that developed early, who like in middle school with like huge ass titties. And she hate him, but all the other girls is looking like, I'll be glad when my titties come in. She like, I hate these big ass titties. Like.
Yeah. Girls definitely be getting titties. I remember, that shit was the shit. I couldn't, like, when girls had titties and shit.
When girls had titties and shit.
Like, when they started getting them, that shit was fire. Like, sucking titties in the beginning was fucking dope.
When did you start sucking titties? At what age did you start sucking titties?
I think I was in 7th grade when I sucked my first titty.
I think I was like in 8th or 9th grade when I got my titties sucked.
Like, where were you? Like, on the side of a building?
No, I was in the movies. I lied to my mom.
Fire. Yeah.
I lied to my mom. That's some
high quality
right. I've always been classy, you know?
Yeah.
I was, I remember it was middle school, shout out to Francis Junior High. And we lied. I played sports and shit. So like, if I wasn't home, like after school, I always was accounted for. So we like fucking skipped practice, and me and one of my homegirls went to the fucking movies in Georgetown with our 2 little fucking boyfriends at the time. Fun fact, that boyfriend at the time is now married to one of my friends, and we all went to fucking middle school together. It's crazy. But we after school, we went to the fucking movies in Georgetown. We in the fucking movies and doing all types of grown shit, like in the movie theater, shit that I would fucking bash my fucking nieces' heads in now for if they were doing. But yeah, you know, was getting the little boobies sucked on like a little fast ass, you know.
These niggas got the cushion seats now, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking love seats in that bitch. You can suck high quality titties in that.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna even lie and act like my adult ass ain't did no shit in no movies. And grown times. And like pre-COVID times. I haven't been to the movie since COVID. But
I went this weekend. It was actually,
what did you see?
I love the movies. I'm a Marvel head, so I went, me and my son really wanted to see Venom, and they ain't have it on HBO Max, so we went to see Venom, and then, which was pretty dope. And then one day we was just in North Hills randomly, and, we were like, yo, let's go to the movies, man.
Not
like,
North Hills.
I want to go to the movies. We was like, man, Tip was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We had our mask on and shit, you know what I'm saying? You get assigned seat and shit, so we were able to, you know what I mean, break it up type shit where one motherfucker won't write on us and shit like that. So, shit was dope, man. It was just good to be back in the movies. I'm a movie nigga. I love the movies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, I always have, and that shit was dope. And I want to keep that. You know, my kids enjoy going to the movies and shit too. So, And then we hadn't been in 2 years, and then the movie was good. So that shit was cause we saw 10 Rings, which was a Marvel movie.
Has that been advertisement for that? I haven't seen no advertisement.
I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. That shit was good. It was like the black, you know, it was like Wakanda, but it was like, cause it was their first Asian,
oh wow, okay.
First Asian fucking guy.
That's what's up.
You know, main character and shit. So on some, you know, T'Challa shit. So it was dope. Really dope. And then it was just dope being in the movies, to be totally honest. And then this past Friday we went. But motherfuckers been going to the movies though. That shit, motherfuckers was definitely in the movies. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. I just had my mask on and shit. I ain't eating nothing.
Yeah. Is the movies, packed or do it feel reasonable?
North Hills is cause you can do assigned seating. Okay. So the 2 times that I went, yes. Cause it ain't like, you know, just a shitload of fucking things, you know what I mean? So you just pay with the app and keep it moving. So it was a good amount of people. Like, Friday night, we went to an 8:00 show. So it was sold out. But it won't, you know, like I said, it's not a whole lot of seats. And then the one we went to on a Saturday, it was like at 5:00 on a Saturday. So it won't capacity, but it was a good amount of people in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just good to be in the movies, man. Like some type of normalcy, you know what I'm saying? Aside from the fact that I had a mask on the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So you recommend this movie, this 10 Rings movie?
Yeah. If you like Marvel, yeah, absolutely. Like 10 Rings was dope. Venom was dope too. Venom was short. 10 Rings was like, more like almost 2.5 hours, but like 2 hours and some change. So that was it. And it was really good action scenes.
Ooh, 2 hours.
Venom was dope.
You get me at 2 hours. Yeah. You need to cut me off at like 1:45. Cause once we get into 2 hours, it gotta be a really good movie for me not to know it's 2 hours. and you saying it's
Yeah.
pretty good. I'm not a
If you like Marvel, you'll enjoy it. But even if you like kung fu movies, did you enjoy kung fu movies?
Not really. I mean, I can't say I dislike them, but it wouldn't be like a draw for me. I'll say that.
Gotcha. Same. So like it was a kung fu movie with Marvel. So like it was, comic booky, you know what I mean? But it was
Bruce
dope,
Lee
like,
meets Kill Bill meets Spider-Man.
I wouldn't say it was more Bruce Lee meets fucking Spider-Man.
Okay.
Like, no Kill Bill. That shit ain't weird.
That
no
shit
weird
ain't
shit
weird.
to
True,
it. It's just dope. It's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's got funny parts to it. Marvel always does that though. They always inject some good humor in that shit. Like they got good writers over there.
Yeah.
But it was dope.
How else have you been testing out this, your vaccine? Last time we spoke, you were, I think you had your first shot. You had to get your second shot. How you been feeling?
Oh yeah. I've been good. God's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No incidents.
Good.
But yeah, I've been straight. I ain't had no issues at all. Like, I went to a Northside reunion a couple weekends ago. I'm from the Northside, from Raleigh. So a bunch of the niggas I grew up with, and people, it was just motherfuckers from the Northside, you know what I'm saying, and all varieties and shit. So it was pretty dope.
Good time.
I ain't sharing no blunts. Niggas had a whole smoking section and shit. I'm cool on that.
Yeah, fact.
I rolled my own weed. But the food was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, hand sanitizer. I'll be honest, I didn't have my mask on the entire time because I was outside.
Yeah.
But it was cool. You know what I'm saying? No interruptions. It was nice. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I go to the gym. I was going to the gym before I got vaccinated, but I keep my mask on there. And like I go, I'll go to the bar or some shit just cause like, I don't know. I just be fucking bored. Like I work from home. I just hate sitting in the house all the fucking time. Like this shit is like, that shit jumps on me. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit wears my ass out. And so I have to do something.
Yeah. And you're not home by yourself.
Well, yeah. So I'm not home by myself. Like, I mean, the kids are at school, so that's good. That's been a reprieve.
Okay, that's
thankfully.
good.
They go to school, but then it's the constant threat of fucking COVID there. You know what I mean? Like the kids starting to get sick at school now. At my school for a while, like the first month or so, it was kind of light. You know what I mean? So, but it's funny because my kids got sick, but it wasn't COVID. Thank goodness. It was just Dream got a cold now that she fighting, and she and Knight had like a stomach bug where he was shitting and throwing up for like a day and a half, 2 days. You know what I'm saying? But because of the COVID restrictions, if your child's out, they have to have a COVID test and they have to submit it. Like they have to have a COVID test before they come back.
Yeah.
So, and they got to submit it and review it and shit like that. So, I ain't mad at it, but it just does get kind of annoying when they don't have COVID. You know what I'm saying? And then so you got to just kind of wait on them to approve you to come back to school. Yeah. But again, I get it. It's wild times. My wife actually volunteered today. She said she volunteered today. It's crazy how this pandemic is no joke because it's just in all varieties. And one of them is obviously the workforce. And, my wife, she said she went to the school to volunteer with the lunchroom because, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got a whole lot of staff. And so she went in there and she was like, yo, that shit is like bare as a motherfucker. She was like, it's so weird because like the kids ain't sitting beside each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all like 3 of them on the same row, but like it's 6 feet apart. So they got to do it in like shifts because they have them sit outside and eat. But like when there's so many, like they got to, rotate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's three third grade classes and shit. So, and shit is about to get cold after a while. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna be able to sit outside. Facts. So it's just like, fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like,
do you think we're gonna go into our junior year of COVID?
Yeah.
That shit's so trash.
Shit ain't going nowhere, man. I know mad niggas that got sick last week.
Not last week, though.
That shit, man, yeah, my man coming off that shit now. But it's so wild because that shit affects everybody so differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know one nigga, he said that he was fucking shitting on himself for like 3 days because he couldn't like do nothing. You know what I mean? Like he
was shitting on himself from COVID. God damn! I ain't heard about the shitting on himself.
Yeah, he was shitting. He was shitting. He was like it was so bad he couldn't even get up like to go to the bathroom. But then my other man said he was like, man, that shit was like a cold. You know what I mean?
It is crazy because I think I've expressed on this show that, I started a new job 2 months ago. So I'm the only Black person on my specific team. But everybody on my team is vaccinated and has had COVID since I joined. Like, they've all had COVID. They've all been sick. They have all, tried to, have had like lingering like symptoms and shit like that. So like, when we having team calls, we have a team call weekly. Like, they start the shit off by like talking about what COVID symptoms they still got and what COVID symptoms have went away. But the crazy thing about it is we're all remote. So it's not like they were together and caught COVID. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, what is y'all out here doing? I mean, again, they're all white. I do feel like white people don't, appreciate personal space and respect personal space and things of that nature. But, it's just crazy. Because everybody is dealing with it very differently. One chick, her lips was fucking blue for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, looking like crazy, like, dog, you ain't gotta turn your camera on because you look crazy, even though you feeling better. They talking about like they taste and like all that shit. But so my rule is I am still unvaccinated. And, my rule is, if you are coming to visit me, regardless of who you are, you have to, get a COVID test or whatever. I get a COVID test as well. So we all can feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? First of all, people ain't coming to visit me that is planning on coming to Atlanta and doing the Atlanta thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you about to go to these clubs, you about to go to these hookah spots, you about to do the Atlanta thing. I see you when I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no love lost, do your thing, but you're not staying in my crib. You're not going out there and bringing that shit back in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do the shit that I do, mask up, and I haven't been to a club or a lounge or anything that kind of resembles that in the past 18 months. So, in Atlanta, but my nieces were here this weekend or whatever. Shout out to my oldest niece. She turned 16 the other day, which is fucking blowing my mind. I still see her in fucking diapers and me chasing her around the fucking floor with her crawling. You know what I'm saying? But she just turned 16 and my other
Happy
niece.
Birthday.
Thank you. Shout out to Naima. And my other niece came who is 15. And I'm just like, reading this shit about COVID and shit like that. Kids have been like the main carriers of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't getting sick off the original strand. They've been getting sick off like the Delta and all that other shit. So I'm just like, both of them have been out of school because somebody else in the school has had COVID and quarantine. And because of, because of HIPAA, because they're minors and shit like that, they can't disclose like, oh yeah, Tanisha had, COVID or whatever. So I'm talking to my niece one day, my 16-year-old niece, and I was just like, yo, why you ain't at school? She was like, oh, like somebody got COVID. She was just like, 166 people in the school got COVID. If 166 people in the school got COVID, that means the school is littered with COVID. And I left. I was like, did they let you leave? She was like, no, I left. I was like, I didn't even know what to say. Like, I didn't know if that was smart good girl. Or bad or what. Like, I was stuck. Like, all right, like you can't just be leaving school when you want to. But it was smart, so I was stuck.
Hell yeah. That motherfucker, she got something. She's smart. She already know. She can make decisions. She's decisive. I like that.
She was like, 166 people got COVID. That means it's COVID all through that school. But, both of my nieces claim, especially my older of the two, like, no, I keep my mask on all the time, whatever. But man, you're a dad, and I really can't take the growing up piece of it. It's hard for me.
Tell me about
it. It is hard for me. How do you deal with that piece, man? Like, how do you deal with the growing up? Like, are you happy because they're growing up, they're becoming more self-sufficient? That means, they need a little less hand-holding, or how does it work for you?
It's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other type shit. You know what I mean? Cause right here, you want to see him grow and grow into these, people that positive citizens, and, you know what I mean, respectful and self-sufficient and shit like that. But, you also think like shit, you know what I mean? Like, and my baby's no more. And that means I'm getting old, you know what I mean? So like, it's just, it's the gift and the curse, you know what I mean, of it all. So like, you just gotta, sometimes it's like they say, the days are long, years are short type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta try to, for me as a parent, I try to like relish, the moments and shit, cause like I said, kids get on your fucking nerves. Like I was talking to you about earlier. So like that part can, you know what I mean? Keep the, like muddy the waters, but when you get some clarity and shit and like reflect, you know what I mean? You get some clarity and reflect and look at pictures and shit and see how far, like, especially like, like my kids was fucking, like preemies and shit for my twins. So like looking how far they come and shit like that. Shit dope. And then but it's different. But also in that, like now that they growing older, it's different challenges and shit that come along with it. Like, you ain't got to fucking fix no cereal or some shit, but you also got to talk to them about X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you at a different phase of life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it never gets better or worse it just changes, you know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's just different because motherfuckers, as they get older, they get smarter, you know what I'm saying? And things start to make more sense
or not,
or they start to question shit and you know what I'm saying? His personalities start to form and, shit like that. So it's
other
just,
influences start
to
to seep in outside of yourself. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
what I mean?
my oldest niece, we call each other buddy. Cause that was my buddy. You know what I'm saying? She was the first baby in our family. So, I call her buddy and it is hard for me. It is hard for me because I go back and I think of myself at 16 and the shit I was doing at 16 is shit. Some shit I was doing that was absolutely great. And some shit I was doing that was on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just be like, bro, like, I don't want to think about it. I don't, it's hard. It's so hard for me, B. Like, it's so hard for me to like not think of my babies as babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, my niece was talking the other day to my mom and I was on the phone with my mom. My niece came in and my mom was like, she's not feeling well. Da, 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 da. So I always ask my family, did you drink water? My family is just, I don't know what it is about my immediate family, but majority of them, one of my sisters is, but they're not really pro water like that. Like they drink a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like they drink a bunch of shit that's not water. So every time my go-to is are you drinking water? Most of the time when I ask them, they be like, no, I actually do need to drink some water. Fun fact, water is key to a lot of shit, people. Like if you don't have water in your system, like it can cause you all types of problems. Yeah. However, like later on, I checked in with my sister. I was like, yo, how my niece, whatever. She was like, oh girl, she good. She just about to come on her cycle. And I'm just sitting there like stuck because that was never a thought in my head. Like that was never a thought in my head. My niece is 16. I came on my cycle at 12. Closer to 13, but still I was 12. So this is not like 16 is like an early time to have a cycle, whatever. It's me. It's literally me. Like I never even thought to factor that in. Like at the end of the day, she is a young woman. You know what I mean? Like she's not just my little niece. And it's so hard for me to like wrap my head around that piece. Yeah. And as an aunt versus a parent, I'm always at odds about what conversations I should have because I don't ever want to overstep the parents. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to say something that's very different from your parent. So I never like kind of know like what conversations I'm supposed to have.
So yeah, even in that though, like but you're still a parent though, right? So like when a person looks like a person that isn't, especially in your family, like looks to you for guidance at some point, cause you ain't gonna tell them nothing wrong.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like I mean, if the shit comes up, or if the shit comes to your mind, like, yo, like what the fuck? Like, cause in the same breath, like she'll tell you some shit that she ain't gonna tell her mom or her dad. You know what I'm saying? Because of the relationship and the comfort. Cause like so it's crazy. Cause like I have my mom didn't, she had one sister that didn't, that passed early in her life. And then, so my mom was the only child essentially. And then my real pops, he got two sisters, two brothers and two sisters and shit. So I don't really know. One of mine's, rest in peace, Tighe, like she passed away, about 4 or 5 years ago, but she was older than my pops, and my pops was old. So like, again, I ain't raised with them, but when I started going down there and starting like establishing a relationship, like my mom was real cool with one of his sisters. Her name was Deborah and shit. And she is super fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Every time I come down there, she always makes it a point to come see me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just like for 5 minutes type shit.
And wait, is like, T short for auntie? Cause you said T May, you said T Deborah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just making sure I'm following along.
They say T. Louisiana's a strange place. Like, it's mad, like, dialect shit. Like, it's on some slave shit.
Okay. On some slave shit.
So that's, nah, for real, cause they got, like, it's mad, like, straight off the boat dialect shit. Is weird as fuck. Like, they call fucking soda, cold drink.
Yeah, I
so,
know
like,
what we call cold drink. Shit,
yeah, they were like, cold drink. I was like, they were like, you want a cold drink? And I was like, yeah, I don't want a hot one.
Right.
But I don't drink soda, unless it's ginger ale. So they come and bring me like a Pepsi and shit. I was like, oh, nah, I don't drink soda. They was like, oh, this is what we call a cold drink. I was like, oh, I thought you meant like it was a drink that was cold. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
water or some juice or some shit or anything that was just cold in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So anyway, and they was calling each other, like my cousins and shit was calling each other T and shit like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, she cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? And her and my mom were real cool and shit. And so like her son is my first cousin and shit. And we were cool. Like I was fucking 3 when I left there, but like we used to grow up together and shit. And coincidentally, like him and my sister on my daddy's side is like the 2 people that I talk to the most. You know what I'm saying? Like even to this day. And my auntie, like she's super cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where like, she just be kicking it. Like we was out there hitting the bud and shit. And she came up there and I was like, oh shit. And she like, nigga, don't put that shit out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
pass that shit.
She's like, your mama ain't tell you about me. Yeah. Like she ain't asked to pass it, but she used to smoke weed. She was like, I'm good. I don't care. Like, y'all know what time it is. You grown as hell. So, but like, so that means saying all that, like I missed out on that. 2, but she's super cool. And I could see myself talking to her about like life, you know what I'm saying? Like in the event that like I was growing up and I couldn't talk to my mama or my daddy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you could be that to her. Like you got your shit going on, going together and shit like that. Like you can give us some game, you know what I mean? On pretty much anything, like when it comes to anything. You
know what, B? I think that my main issue for me is although I had like aunts and older relatives that kind of permitted me to do certain things. Like I had an aunt that would definitely let me drink when I was like 15 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had, I just had people that would allow me to do certain things. However, I personally, mom may have a different story, but I personally feel like I was a different type child. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what was up and I don't feel like these kids really know what's up like that. So when you telling me like some dumb shit that you doing, I don't necessarily know if I can be like cool auntie. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like it's some shit like your mom like really needs to know. You know what I mean? And I think that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel you, but that's parenting though. You know what I mean? Like that's like, you can't, like if she out here fucking and shit, you can't like, you know what I'm saying? You can't condone like, oh, you can come fuck at my house. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna buy you something. But I will be the aunt that buys you rubbers, whereas your mom may not necessarily want to just because that's a lot for her.
But see, I don't know if I would be the aunt that will buy you rubbers. You know what I'm saying? Like only because I wouldn't want, if your mom don't feel like that's what you should have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know if I am the cool aunt like I think I am. I'll say that. Yeah. I don't necessarily know. Too. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm the cool aunt on the outside, but I don't necessarily know that because I just know how shit can be a slippery slope. I also know how kids today, I just know how like kids today are super influenced by other shit, more so than more so than we
be
would.
that influence too. They also be influenced. They also be influenced by their Aunt Sean. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yeah.
Like this. So like, all right, boom. Like, or she may be coming to you to tell you that she fucking, but she's scared to tell her mom and she needs your help.
And see, that's the thing. It's not that she necessarily comes to tell me things where I'm just like, all right, now I need that. It's more so a pull versus, you know what I'm saying? A pull versus a push. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get it out of her. And of course, like with all of my nieces, so I have 6 nieces and nephews, 1 nephew, 5 nieces. 3 of them are older, but it's kind of like, okay, I need to make myself approachable in that way. But they're kind of like, they really keep shit low, you know what I'm saying, until they get in some fucking trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I need to work on.
But it's probably going to be more like once they get like 19 and 20 that like you going to be the fucking super go-to. You see what I'm saying? Well, I can come to the A. You know what I'm saying? Fuck around, learn some shit, get like, you know, like especially if hopefully all of them have their shit together, but the odds are that at least 2, maybe 1 or 2 of them will.
Off
you know
the
what I'm saying?
Odds,
it's reality
though,
For real. You know what I'm saying? So like, boom, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. Can you like offer me some assistance? Type shit. Not even necessarily like financially, but just some game and how to proceed and do X, Y, and Z. Or, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I feel you, man. That's just life as in general. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like I got, cause my sister on my dad's side, like I'm super close with her, but she lives in Louisiana. But like I talk to her kids whenever I'm around them, like, you know, like it's about the memories and shit, like that you can
Nah,
go with,
facts,
you know what I mean?
facts. So, I'm with you on
memories
that.
is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that means more cause like it be shit, like, especially cause with my niece and nephew, like I met my oldest niece who's now, I think she's about to be 20 or 21. And her birthday on December 1st, but I met her when she was 6, you know what I'm saying? And like she got them like remember mad shit that I don't remember, you know what I'm saying? Or
that's
like
true.
Bring it up, like, you know what I'm saying? She was like, you always been silly as hell, you know what I'm saying? She was like, I always remembered you because you had like, you always make me laugh, you know what I'm saying? And now last time I seen her, she was 18 as fuck, and like we talking about like mad shit, and then we just kicking it, like laughing and joking, and she like witty as hell, you know what I'm saying? She was like, Uncle Brandon, you always was funny. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit like that means something, you know what I mean? So it's just like, she'll always be able to come talk to you and shit like that.
No, you're right. Because before my niece came or whatever, you know, we was talking or whatever. So I'm like, you know, what you want to do when you come here or whatever. And me, I don't hang out with kids. So I don't know kid friendly places. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Right. So I'm trying to help her get the little, you know, plan together or whatever. And she hit me with hey, you know, we got to do the little Squid Game cookie, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm down. So she was like, I knew you was going to be down. That's why I asked you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so she, you know what I mean? She like, she perceives me as the fun aunt. You know what I'm saying? She perceives me as the cool aunt. She came to my crib. She was impressed by my crib. You know what I'm saying? She was impressed that I live in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But she came into my office. My office looks like I have a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like my office looks like I have a day job. My office also looks like I have 2 night jobs, which one is this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she see all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And she just like, so when she come in, I'm the buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we doing TikToks and we doing, you know what I mean? Like, we doing all that shit, which is super fucking fun. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, I feel like that's something I got to work on. Like, I definitely have to I always tell them, like, you know, I give them the general, like, if you need anything, you know, whatever. You know, I always give them that type talk. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I need to give them like a little bit more, like, kind of in depth, sit down, like, all right, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, life is going to be happening. You 16 now. You know what I'm saying? You on your way to adulthood. I think about, like, again, I think about myself at 16, like, so basically there's, like you said, just drop a little bit of game, drop a little bit of, like, you can talk to me, like, come to me. Let's talk about some shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also like, unlike their parents, like, my brother and my sister are their kids are fucking spoiled as fuck. Like, they give their kids every fucking thing. I'm not cool aunt like that because I had to work for my shit. So you're not getting Gucci shoes and I don't have Gucci shoes. I don't rock like that. You're not my kid. You know what I mean? Like, even my kid wouldn't have that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just kind of like, they know like kind of what to ask for and what not to ask for and whatever. And we all up in Linux. And teenagers are so funny, B. Like, teenagers are so, like, they're kind of like the worst people ever, for real. Like, teenagers are like high key, like the worst people ever. And like, it's my two nieces, and they all excited to do these things in Atlanta, right? But when they get to these things, they too cool for school. I just really want to make sure that, you know, I'm giving them what they need. We took them to the Trap Museum. They want to see some celebrities. I always tell people, like, you can't, you know, I can't guarantee you're going to see celebrities. Celebrities just live their life in Atlanta. It's not like they all hang out at a certain spot. You know what I mean? Like, you could literally see what you call celebrities anywhere in Atlanta doing regular shit. Like, real talk, doing regular shit. Restaurant, mall, whatever, right? And people come, and sometimes they see them, sometimes they don't. I take these niggas to the Trap Museum because that was one of their requests. They wanted to go to the Trap Museum, right? And they want to see celebrities. So we at the Trap Museum. I see, Tighe's son is out there. You know, Tighe, is the, owner and curator of the Trap Museum. So Tighe's son, King, is there, the one with the hair, all of the hair and shit. And so he's outside, like, chilling with his niggas, about to go somewhere or whatever. So I'm like, oh, y'all want to see some celebrities? There go King. You know what I'm saying? These niggas go. I mean, he always be out here. We know where he be at. I was like, okay. How? I was like, how you know? There's like,
this your first time here?
They say they following him on his Instagram. So they already know where he, so they're unimpressed because they already knew that he could possibly be there. I've been to the Trap Museum 5 times. Not because I want to go to the Trap Museum 5 times, but most people want to go to the Trap Museum. It's $20. Yeah. So I oblige people when they come to town and go to the Trap Museum. Trap Museum is great. It's not great 5 times, but you do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? For people. Yeah. So I've never seen him outside of that. Not that I'm excited. I don't really get excited by people. You know what I mean? Like, they just people to me. Like, they don't make me excited. I ain't getting none of their bread. You know what I mean? Like, it don't make me no difference. But they just too fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like we don't even care. Like, like, they're so unimpressed by everything, but low key be impressed. I like, yo.
Of course, they ain't never seen shit before.
I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, you know, that's how the game go though. You know what
I
mean?
They so the worst. They want to talk about everything in a negative way, but then they really loving it on the low. Like, I think it's a teenage thing to act like you hate everything for sure.
Yeah. No, that's dope though. I mean, shit, they'll remember that shit forever.
Nah, but she do. You know, she called me and she be like, remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? So that's always be my lesson to like my siblings and shit. Like, they not gonna remember all this shit you bought them. They not gonna remember all, like, you breaking your back to buy them shit. Literally, they don't need. I wouldn't buy my kids half the shit that they get. But you know, they are very privileged hood children. You know what I mean? They are very privileged hood children. So I just be like, yo, like, they gonna remember the memories. They ain't gonna remember you fucking spent $300 to get their hair done. Especially if you doing this shit all the time. It's just Tuesday to them.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
They remember when I come to town. They remember when they come to visit me. You know what I'm saying? They go back, you know, whatever. But, you know, it's a blessing. But I was just like, yo, like, you, like, being with your kids every day. Like, do you notice them growing up? Or is it like you look at some pictures and you just like, yo, my kid's kind of growing up?
No, I notice on, like, when they put clothes, like, specific clothes on and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, nigga growing up like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they look, you know what I mean? Just look kind of like a young person.
A young human,
a baby type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure. I definitely, I mean, and then obviously look at your photos and shit. That's why I like that iPhone feature, like, where it's just like the random photo on your phone type shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, because that shit pop up at some inopportune times too. And I be like, damn, I got a lot of pictures in my fucking phone. That's true too. It definitely pop up as an inopportune time.
That shit is wild.
They're like, remember these news you got 2 years ago? Like, God damn it.
No, I didn't. Thank you.
Right. Well, I'm here with somebody else. Appreciate it, Siri. Read the room, Siri. Read the room, Siri.
I know you listening, bitch.
Right. You know I'm here. with somebody else.
I looking at both my phones to see if them bitches turn on. Raggedy bitch.
Hey, yo, that is funny. Like I said, B, this is our all smoke episode. So what else I'm just weaving my shit saying into the conversation. But I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that we hitting some of your topics that you want.
Did you watch the fight? You didn't watch the fight.
I didn't watch the fight. I was with my nieces and I didn't even know that it was a fight going on until my sister said.
You know what? And I forgot to text you because I remember you was like, yo, text me when it's a good fight coming on. I didn't text you. And I apologize.
Did you have to pay for it? Yeah. Is it a pay-per-view type sitch?
Yeah, it was pay-per-view. I didn't pay for it.
I probably wouldn't have had access anyway to it. But who fought? How was it?
It was great. Deontay, it was heavyweight, so you would have really liked it.
Ooh. I like seeing Big Men get busy.
That was some big niggas getting busy for sure. It was Tyson Fury and fucking Deontay Wilder. That shit was amazing. It was a trilogy. It was the third fight that they had. First fight, it was a draw. It really was. The only reason it was a draw is because Tyson Fury got knocked down twice, and but he won the fight on points and just beating the fuck out of Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. But Deontay Wilder has heart. So the second fight, Deontay Wilder got his fucking ass whooped by Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is an exceptional boxer. Like, he's big as a motherfucker. He's 6'9", 277 pounds, but he weighed in, he weighed in the last fight.
Okay.
But he has he's like super he got a terrible build. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's super flabby. Like, he has the worst build in the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, the worst build. He's 6'9" and mad, like, his torso is wild. You feel what I'm saying? Like, does not look like he's a boxer. His torso is wild. I'm telling you, pull him up. Pull up Tyson Fury. Like, pull him up. Do the images. All right. But, but the motherfucker is nasty with his goddamn hands. You see what I'm saying? Like, super nasty with his hands. And Deontay Wilder is a black dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not arguably the best power puncher. He has
First of all, didn't know Tyson Fury was white this whole time. I know the name. I've heard the name. Never knew this nigga was white.
Oh yeah, white as a bitch.
You know what I was thinking about? 50 Tyson.
Oh yeah.
You remember 50 Tyson? Throwback. 50 Tyson.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, he looked wild. He looked like a video game Russian character, but he's British.
Bruh. You should see him fucking box. Like, the motherfucker got like this irky jerky style and shit. Like, he's super fucking nice though. And he big as shit. Like, he's 6'9". You know what I'm saying? Like, he's huge. And Deontay Wilder is 6'7". Yeah, Deontay Wilder 6'7". So, it was a crazy fight, man. Like, there was mad knockdowns and shit. Like, Deontay got knocked out. He got his ass whooped. He got heart though, cause he stayed into the 11th round, but motherfucker just knocked his ass out in the 11th. You know what I'm saying?
Is this nigga just like super fucking strong? Because he is not fit at all.
I know.
He is not fit.
At one point, he was like 400 pounds. He had got like super depressed. He had lost the belt. He had got like 400 pounds, like super fucking fat. And he got back in shape. And that's his first fight was Deontay Wilder, the first one. And like I said, it came to a draw. Second one, he beat the shit out of him, took the belts. And then the third fight on Saturday, he beat the shit out of him again.
Damn. So it's a wrap for Deontay and Tyson.
Well, if I was him, so Deontay Wilder's like 40, like I think 42, 1-1 now or some shit like that. And out of the 42 fights, he knocked 40 people out. Like, so he has the greatest punching power. It's not bad. That's the greatest in the history of boxing. It's the highest knockout percentage of all time.
Oh, really?
So he's the greatest knockout artist and he has the strongest punches of all fucking time. And you gotta think about like George Foreman and fucking Evander Holyfield and Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and all these fucking crazy, amazing names that we've, grew to love and grew up with. But he supersedes all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like on a 90 fucking 2% tile type shit. And, but the only motherfucker he can't whoop is fucking Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury he knocked him down 3 times. And it's funny because Deontay Wilder, like, a mantra they say in boxing is like, you always one punch away, which is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
And Deontay Wilder is the antithesis. Like, he's the epitome of that, right? So like that motherfucker, like he was getting his ass whooped like significantly. And then he threw a punch and knocked fucking Fury ass down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he folded this nigga Fury. That shit was crazy. And Fury's a beast too, cause they know goddamn way he should have got up from that shit. Like, he shouldn't have got up from that shit, cause that motherfucker like folded him. Like, it was like a car crash. Like, one of them crash dummies, like how your body like accordions type shit. That's what the fuck Fury did. Like, that motherfucker like just tensed up and he fell and shit. Well, he didn't even fall right away. Like, his brain didn't even get to the rest of his body. Like, he fell like maybe 2 or 3 punches after that. Like, just fell. You know what I'm saying?
Is Fury black? Like, is he black or is he like African or something?
Fury?
I mean, not Fury. Wilder. My bad.
Nah, that nigga from Alabama.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if he looked like African.
He's just a country nigga. Yeah, he's just a country nigga from Alabama. And his story is great too, cause he started boxing. So the thing about it, like the thing that was ill about it, like Tyson Fury, he comes from a fighting family. Like, he's been boxing all his fucking life, like literally. But, Deontay, like, he started boxing when he was 19 cause his daughter had, cerebral palsy. And so he was fighting and having 2 or 3 jobs at a time to take care of her cause her medical bills were so crazy.
Good story.
And, ended up becoming, you know, obviously the world champion, and he went to the Olympics. He won third, he got bronze. So like the knock on him, he has no technical skill. Like, he doesn't have boxing skills. Like, he doesn't, like, boxing is a sweet science. Like, it's a art to that shit. It's like literally dancing. Yeah. It's like to punch and not get punched. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's truly like, that's why Floyd's so nice, and, you know, Muhammad Ali's so revered and shit, because it's like, it's foot movement, it's head movement, it's just a bunch of things that incorporate it. And Deontay has none of that shit, right? So he just has the fucking strongest fucking right hand in the fucking world. And he will knock your ass. Like, he done knock, if you ever get bored, you could just go and look at the Deontay Wilder knockouts. Them shits are fucking nuts. Like, I'm talking about niggas be big niggas, like 6'6", 250 niggas just be gone, like clean off they goddamn feet. You know what I'm saying? And, but the only motherfucker, his fucking Achilles heel is that goddamn Tyson Fury. Like, Tyson Fury, I think it's crazy to see. If you see him box, like, when you get a chance, just YouTube that fight, cause he got this wild ass fucking style, my nigga. Like, like, he just be doing all this, like, remember, Glass Joe from Mike Tyson Punch Out?
Yeah.
Like, the nigga, the white boy that used to be all over the ring and shit.
I know
like,
Glass Joe.
Like, they go from left.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fights just like that. Like, his style is just like that. Like, he be going, like, doing mad dipsy doos and shit. Shit is weird. But that motherfucker nice though. You know what I'm saying? And he knocked niggas out, and he knocked.
How many rounds did he go?
11.
Oh, okay.
So it was a trilogy. So it was just the perfect trilogy. Like, it was a perfect ending. Cause everybody knew, like, everybody who saw the first 2 fights knew that Tyson Fury was going to win, but it's the nigga, like, you just cannot go against you can't go against Deontay. And another reason you can't go against Deontay is cause that motherfucker will knock your ass clean the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, in the first fight, he knocked Fury down in the 12th round. Like, Deontay was getting his ass whooped the whole fight, and he knocked his ass down in the 12th round, and the white boy got up like the Undertaker and shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy, man.
What was the bag? Crazy. Do we know what was the split?
I'm not sure. I think they got like 10 million a piece, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah. Would you be willing to go fight a nigga for 10 million? Let a nigga knock you the fuck out for 10 million?
My heart says yes. My mind says I don't know.
Why your mind say I don't know?
Cause them niggas, you will die. Like, it's funny cause
you don't want me put in a coma. I got you.
I don't want to die. Hell no, them niggas will knock your ass clean out, and you can fuck around and die. Like that. Like, yeah, them niggas, man, them niggas is big, man. Like, I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and my motherfucker was talking about, like, how you even train for boxing. Like, they would just have a glove, not a hand in a glove, but they would just fucking have a glove in front of motherfuckers' eyes. And just like push that shit back and forth, like, you know, basically like fake hit them, so that they would learn to overcome the basic instinct of fucking blinking your eyes when something comes like that shit, man. And like, then you think about it, like when a motherfucker get knocked out, they have a concussion, right? So you're concussed. Like when you get knocked out, you're concussed, and this is the only sport in the world that makes you get your ass up and continue to fight, like not within 10 seconds. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like.
But it's also the love of, it's your pride and ego, and also money fueling that as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just a lot. Like, to get up, like, your ass was fucking, niggas be fucking, like, Deontay Wilder got knocked down 3 times. You see what I'm saying? Like, 3 times. And that last one was like Nate Robinson. Like he was sprawled out. You know what I mean?
Would you for $10,000
no, I wouldn't.
For $10 million, would you rather get punched one time by, I'm gonna give you a middleweight, like boxer, or get into a car accident where the car is not totaled?
For $10 million?
Yes, for $10 million. Which one would you do?
I see a lot of accidents on
exactly.
every day.
Right. Right. So, just because the car not totaled don't mean you ain't fucked up, but 9 times out of 10, you ain't died.
Yeah, if I got some soft tissue or some minor fractures, I ain't tripping. Hell yeah, I'll take that.
But you don't know, so that's the quandary here. Like, would you rather get punched by a boxer and you don't know what's gonna happen, or get into an accident? The car's not totaled though, so whatever. I'm gonna assume that the fact that the car is not totaled, that you're alive, but I can't tell you what your injuries are.
Yeah. There's more safety features in a car
than a nigga punch.
For sure. There's a seat belt, there's an airbag, there's several, depending on what type of vehicle you're in, there's several airbags.
But you can endure the impact of the car, and the fucking impact of them fucking airbags be fucking people up.
That's true.
It could feel like a boxer's punch if that airbag come out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Cause I'd rather get in a car wreck. Cause I mean, it's shit like around me, type shit like that. Like it's a whole metal, you know what I mean? Like, cause I do accidents, so I seen like cars be fucked up and niggas walk away from them shits. I'm about to pay this motherfucking Mexican dude in El Paso, Texas. Like,
shout out to El Paso listeners.
$1.25 million because he fucking fractured his ankle on a fucking job site.
Oh my God. Let me think about, do I really need this ankle? Cause I need 1.25.
They're trying to conflate, like he ended up going on that, he had diabetes, so he ended up getting disabled because he got, he lost vision in one of his eyes, and they're trying to conflate the two issues and shit, which is, we can disprove obviously if we feel like it, but motherfucker's just innocent. El Paso, he's a Mexican guy. He worked at he doing like $15 an hour type shit. And the thing about it, like the motherfucker wasn't even trying to take the bread. Like he was trying to fight. Like we offered this motherfucker $700,000. He was trying to fight it. But I mean, it was obviously he did a good job. We were about to pay him 1.25. But it's just the fact of the matter. Like my nigga, you are, I don't know. Some motherfucker offered me $700,000. I'm taking that shit. I'm gonna keep it a band. Like if I got fractured ankle.
No, you can't take the first thing because they always got more. You never take the first offer of anything.
I mean, I know that I negotiate, but at the same time,
never.
Like you also have the choice of taking that shit to trial. You know what I mean?
Take that shit to trial, yeah.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, so, but 9 times out of 10, if anybody offer you one thing, they got enough to offer you a second thing before they go to the extreme. They've already accounted for that second offer. So whether it's a job negotiation, whether it is an accident, a settlement, never take the first thing. I ain't talking to you, I'm talking to them. I know you know.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Never take the first offer because niggas got more. I'm never going to offer a motherfucker the whole shebang off bucks. You know what I mean? Like, I got to save a little bit. That's how businesses think, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I think since the last time we recorded, R. Kelly, I don't know if we talked about it on the last show, but, R. Kelly, has been found guilty in like New York or whatever. And so like the news is talking about the fact that, R. Kelly is trying to work a deal where he gonna snitch to get less time. What you think about that shit?
I mean, he's not really a credible source. So he might name a bunch of motherfuckers, but he ain't no credible source. Like, unless you got like receipts and shit, like I don't really believe it. You know what I mean? Like, cause the house is burning, you trying to get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So motherfucker willing to do anything and say anything. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, the only people that he can implicate is the motherfuckers who like was in his team, you know what I'm saying? But like, if, you know, I mean, that, and they're complicit in that shit as it goes. In my opinion, I don't understand why no charges are being brought up against them.
Yeah, facts.
But I don't know. I don't know but they very well could be. I just don't know who, you know, their names and shit like that.
Or, you know, they could have been granted some type of, you know, leniency.
Immunity. They could have worked. They could have worked on that. Yeah.
To testify against the nigga and like shit like that. But
yeah, that nigga, it was some niggas definitely snitching. That's a fucking
100%.
Yeah, niggas was definitely like, oh yeah, I been told that motherfucker to stop that nasty shit. How much you gonna, hey, you gonna cut my time? Yeah, motherfucker definitely got them sell you down the river now.
Listen, sure. Be like, the way I'm set up, bro, like, it's not an amount of money that you could pay me to be complicit in that when I absolutely know what's going on. You know what I mean? For sure. Like, it's nothing. It's nothing that you can pay me to be okay with somebody and a child at that being, you know, hurt and abused and all it. It's nothing. So like, it just blows my mind at the fact of all of these people who was fucking in the shit. That was a whole organization. That's why they trying to get them on like organized crime, like Rico shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that took a lot of organization and planning and niggas don't be having the type of loyalty that these niggas had to R. fucking Kelly.
Yeah, over some fucking kids. That shit is wicked.
And these people got kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of organization, you been watching the BMF shit?
Yes.
How you feel? What's your thoughts?
First of all, I thought it was going to be, I'm so used to either shit coming on like network TV or I can binge the shit. So I actually thought it was something I was going to be able to binge. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to see that BMF shit. Cause that was coming out. So this week, I don't know, in the past 7 days, I started watching the shit. And no, in the past 2 weeks, I'm lying, the past 2 weeks, but I was like, I can't really binge this shit, so I'm gonna just let the shit build up and I'm gonna go back and watch the shit. However, I've been watching that shit. Like, I've been remembering the shit. Yeah. So the shit good. Like, I think the shit is extra good. I want to give a shout out to fucking, Big Meech's son who plays Big Meech. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, Lil Meech's he's doing a pretty good job.
And also shout out to like Cash Doll. Cash Doll's doing a pretty good job for a rapper.
She's straight, yeah. Missy Elliott is doing, she doing a good job.
Why you call her Missy Elliott? You think she like Missy?
She look just like Missy Elliott.
Cash Doll?
Fuck yeah. She look like Missy, man.
I don't see it.
She look just like Missy.
Now Google,
like, she like Missy with some titties and a fat ass.
She look like BBL Missy.
BBL Missy.
Cash.
New BBL Missy. She look just like
I don't see it.
She look just
you
like
giving Cash Doll. Don't do Cash Doll. Shout out to Missy. I think Missy looks great to be Missy. But don't do Cash Doll like that. Don't.
Motherfuckers say that. Like, that shit is funny. Like, the motherfucker look great to be Missy.
Listen,
like,
let me tell you something. Because I feel like a personality can get you a long way. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So I feel like if Missy was not Missy, you might have some different shit to say about how she looked. But because Missy is Missy, just like, not off of just some celebrity shit, but just like her personality, what we've learned about Missy, like Missy cool as fuck. So you wouldn't say like Missy is unattractive. I don't feel like. You be like, that's Missy.
Yeah, no. She's not unattractive by any stretch. She's gotten much better. She was rough with the finger wave days and shit. Like, she was hard on eyes. She was hard. Cause like, she had the bread, but she ain't know she ain't meet the people to help her get where, you know what I'm saying? Like, she needed the people to help her get where
Missy
she needed.
has always been, she's always had a team. Like, Missy has always been together.
Yeah, right. I mean, but like, in terms of like getting her, I guess I don't know. She still looked the same.
No.
I don't know. She was just, I guess what I'm saying, chubby Missy wasn't the greatest, like, in terms of looks wise.
It's the boil it down for me. Chubby Missy
like when
wasn't
she lost
it.
a little weight and shit, like, oh, well, there you go, Missy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got mad homegirls that's like, you know what I'm saying? Just like regular as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but
regular.
Like, you know what I mean?
Regular.
Yeah,
I think that
like
is the proper.
regular,
like super regular.
Yeah, not ugly, not fine, no fat ass really. Like, just like got a body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, you know what I mean?
Like,
that's how
like nothing to really turn your head at, but nothing to turn your nose up at.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she'll probably have some nice sneakers on. You know what I mean? Like, damn, them sneakers dope. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
Wait, not when you put the baby in front, you say, oh, look at his shoes because he funny looking.
Type shit.
Damn it, man.
Yeah. Motherfucker clean, you know what I mean? Motherfucker be sharp. You know
like, oh, look at his little hands.
Right.
Your baby look like he 80, man. Like, what is wrong with him?
It's a dope show, man. It's a dope show. I like it. I like the last episode. I just watched the last episode yesterday. That shit was good.
I really like it. I really like it. I kind of put it currently in the vein of Snowfall. As far as like movies about drugs and
Snowfall's way better though. But I feel you. They're both based on true stories. So like, they're both based on true stories. So it's got a ways to go. Snowfall got 5 seasons. So I'll for me,
but every season of Snowfall ain't been good. Like, it took like the 3rd season for Snowfall to get popping for real.
2nd for me, but I feel you.
Like, but I watched Snowfall. I fuck with Snowfall. I definitely.
So if you were Meech's dad, did you see the last episode?
Yes.
How would you have reacted once he paid the mortgage?
Listen, I wouldn't have liked what the fuck was going on. But at the end of the day, if I'm in a fucking hole and the money is being made, I'm taking that shit. Like,
I'm taking it. If I ain't got nowhere to stay,
facts. Listen, I just feel like sometimes your blessings be presented
like, he the only
different.
black man that wanted a bill unpaid in life.
He was definitely not Everybody Hates Chris dad.
That's what
Terry
the fuck
Crews,
said.
by the way.
Was like, they were like, Terry, Everybody Hates Chris daddy would never.
For real, they said that.
Yeah,
I didn't see that shit, but boom, ching to me. That is funny. Yeah. Look, we both took a sip at the same time. No, I get it. I get him not wanting to condone his son's lifestyle. It's fucked up how they doing Meech over Terry though. Spoiler alert. We should have said that. But
they ain't really nothing though.
But I just feel like, listen, your blessings might be presented in different ways, my nigga. Like,
yeah, man.
I know you don't condone what he doing, and I get that, and I understand that. But if it deals with me being warm and me being not, like, I'm gonna go with being warm.
In Detroit, at that nigga.
Facts.
In Detroit. Like, it'd be cold as a bitch in Detroit. Especially then. There wasn't no global warming like that.
Facts. Where the seasons was really the seasons and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I think that, I think the whole thing crazy because they young. They still like teenagers at this point in time in the show.
So they got a whole Benz and they ain't got nowhere to stay. Like, what the fuck?
Fact.
He was sitting outside his mom crib smoking the shit. Talking about some goddamn I ain't got nowhere to go. Like, what you mean, nigga? You got a whole, like, if you don't go get you a crib, what the fuck? This nigga got a whole, like, he got a whole chain and a whole fucking drug accessory kit with the Benz.
It's just
and killed niggas ain't got their own apartment. Ain't that a bitch?
It's just funny, like, seeing shit from like back in that time, like niggas. So you really, I mean, niggas do that shit now, but they just be calling themselves rappers. But you know what I'm saying? Like when niggas walk around with mad jewelry, big ass cars, all that shit.
Yeah.
And the fucking government, Uncle Sam, fucking police know you ain't got no fucking job. Like hot as hell. Like that's why some of the best drug dealers that I know currently that are still good drug dealers be low as fuck. Like they don't even drive fancy cars.
It's not a popularity contest. It's not a popularity contest.
Listen, I know niggas that drive motherfucking caravans and fucking minivans and like bullshit into the city. But then when they go out into like fucking VA, way out fucking Maryland, like all that shit, they driving fucking Porsches and shit. Like they living in the white neighborhood. But when they come into the city, like you would never know that these niggas is really balling like the fuck they balling. You know what I mean? Like
campaign long enough, you're gonna get elected for sure.
That is very true. And that is a very good saying. Y'all know B Hill be having all the good sayings and shit up in this bitch. I done learned majority.
I'm 40. I've been 40 at the top for a long time.
40 on top, 20 down the bottom.
Big wisdom. Big wise man.
Listen, I had an epiphany the other day. Granted, I was high. Granted, I am currently high. So roll with me. I was just like, they were talking about, the vaccine, getting back on COVID. They were talking about the vaccine and they were talking about, basically Texas being Texas is basically saying like, nah, y'all can roam free here. Shouldn't no business ask y'all for proof of vaccine in order for y'all to, enter this business, be a part of this business, or even work for this business or company. So that's what Texas on or whatever. And I was like, Texas always on some extreme crazy shit. Like, what the fuck are y'all on? But then I sat there and really thought about it. What is really the point of caring about if people are vaccinated or unvaccinated if the vaccine don't stop you from getting COVID? What's the point?
Well, I heard it was a fucking, some shit at work it was talking about, and they were saying that healthcare costs are rising so significantly because people who are unvaccinated are going to the hospital at alarming rates and dying as a result of COVID. Obviously, It's a marketing plan. I don't know if it's a marketing plan, but I mean, that's what they say, right? So as a result, healthcare is being ridiculously high for renewals and shit like that on businesses and shit like that who provide healthcare for their employees. And then, if people get sick, multiple people get sick at a time, you know what I mean? You got multiple people out at a time. But then, like the work still has to be done, all types of shit. But
it don't stop their employees from catching COVID though.
Right. I get it. Totally. Cause I was just having the same conversation as a vaccinated motherfucker who's like, I don't really understand the same thing, but when motherfuckers pose it to me like that, like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like healthcare costs are rising. A lot of people are getting, like I said, the motherfuckers who aren't vaccinated are getting, more deathly ill, you know what I mean? And insurances are having to pay all those fucking medical bills, you know what I mean? So, and then they feeling the crunch and the bind on,
So at the end of the day, it's really money. Like paper. Everything keep just going back to money. Yeah, whether it's who gonna make money or who gonna lose money. For sure. That's what everything they got. I was just like, cause I'm personally, I'm not opposed to businesses saying that you have to be vaccinated, right? But then when I thought about that shit, I was like, bro, like really what does it matter if the fucking vaccine don't prevent it? Like everybody's still in the same boat. It's just if this individual has a better chance of survival. But at the end of the day, although a fucked up number and there are people tied to this 5%, only 5% of people are who catch COVID is going to die from COVID.